Small victory today for a civil rights organization that's been demonstrating outside the courthouse where 3 white men are on trial for killing Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia. DNC's Dre Clark reports.
If you think you've seen it all, keep watching us.
Not backing down, not giving in. Members of the Transformative Justice Coalition can keep demonstrating outside the Glenn County Courthouse. Defense attorneys for the 3 white men accused of murdering Ahmaud Arbery in February 2020 asked the judge to remove the group, arguing their signs and banners supporting the Arbery family are negatively influencing potential jurors walking into the courthouse. But Judge Timothy Walmsley denied the motion, saying, quote, "The court does not find the defense has met its burden," while also noting the coalition has free speech rights.
It's a shame that they're so desperate, so depraved in their thinking about how to actually proceed with a very difficult case for them.
It's an act of desperation. It clearly is.
Defense attorneys have also raised concerns about Ahmaud Arbery's father being inside the courtroom. Monday, defense attorney Kevin Goff said he watched Marcus Arbery Sr. nod at a prospective juror as they left the courtroom after questioning. And in the first week of jury selection, Arbery Sr. was accused of giving another prospective juror a thumbs up. He feels like he's being targeted.
Does that hurt? Does it bother you?
No, it don't bother me at all. You know why it don't bother me at all? Because I'm here to get justice for my son. And I got that right. As a father, I got that right because he's silent now. I'm his voice.
Judge Walmsley also expressed concern that outside parties are trying to influence the public and possibly the jury pool. The judge mentioned a tweet written by attorney Lee Merritt. Merritt is representing Ahmaud Arbery's mother in a separate civil case. In the tweet, Merritt questioned how a female juror was qualified to serve even though she has ties to one of the defendants. And he wrote the prospective juror campaigned for the re-election of former Glenn County District Attorney Jackie Johnson, who has been indicted for judicial misconduct. It's alleged Johnson tried to help the defendants cover up the Arbery shooting.
My role as the civil rights attorney for the estate of Ahmaud Arbery is to serve as a constitutional watchdog. I believe that behavior is constitutionally violative, and I would be open to any legal maneuvering to address that concern.
I'm Dre Clark for Black News Tonight.
To Peru, Illinois, supporters there holding a march in honor of Jelani Day. The 25-year-old had his body found in the Illinois River on September 4th. However, it took weeks for his identity to be confirmed. Today, officials released that his cause of death was drowning, but his mother refuses to believe that. She insists that her son was murdered.
Jelani was an avid swimmer, and an avid swimmer doesn't drown himself. He ended up in that river against his will.
Yes, he did.
He was drowned.
Yes, he was.
Against his will.
Yes, he was.
So that is all equivalent to murder.
Yes.
Jelani's mother wants whoever is responsible to be held accountable. She's now calling for the Attorney General's office and the FBI to get involved. The move to establish a union at the nation's largest online retailer is one step closer to reality. On Monday, current and former employees of Amazon rallied outside of the New York warehouse. Union organizers delivered over 2,000 signatures to federal labor officials in order to form a union. The National Labor Relations Board will now have to verify those signatures. They must also confirm that the signatures come from at least 30% of Amazon's 7,000 employees that work at 4 adjourning facilities. This is the second time that they've attempted to form a union in the past year. Black women live 3 years less on average than their white counterparts. That's according to the Centers for Disease Control, that says the causes might be related to stress. BNC's Brittany Jones takes a look at this disparity in today's installment of Be Well.
It's unacceptable for anyone to die in childbirth, especially in 2021 with all the technological advancements that we have.
According to the CDC, pregnant Black women are 3 times more likely to die than white women. But why?
Black women who are then pregnant, they're coming into pregnancy weathered.
Weathering, a metaphor for bodies eroding due to constant stress. A term first coined by Princeton researcher Dr. Arlene Geronimus after observing urban teen moms.
Black women who have higher education also suffer from a higher mortality rate for maternal and infantile mortality rate.
Then the outcomes are much more ominous, meaning the very low birth rate babies, women dying in childbirth, babies having to be in the intensive care unit for a very long time.
Neuroscientist Bruce McEwen developed a concept called allostatic load. Simply put, the body activates hormones when there's stress and stops when it's over. But if stress is prolonged, it could lead to illness.
People of Black and brown communities, people of all communities, need to be more responsible as far as self-care.
When we start talking about weathering, how can you as a Black person try to prevent this?
There's sleep, diet, and exercise, and it is the exercise that helps keep our moods stable and steady.
We recognize that there's no such thing as one-size-fits-all health. So we want to choose a path that allows that looks at us uniquely.
We have to be thinking about housing and making sure everyone has access to healthy, safe environment, making sure that communities are free of police violence.
What we have to do is push for acknowledgement first, and then push for change, and that's what we're working on daily with our coalitions throughout the country.
So thinking about ways to build and create safe spaces with providers who understand the lived experience of Black moms is incredibly important.
Dr. Hardiman says research has shown that racial concordance matters, meaning when a Black patient is treated by a Black physician, there are better outcomes. Brittany Jones for BNC.
Experts say there is one big thing to remember. It's important to educate providers already in the healthcare system to prevent discrimination against Black mothers. To watch more of our Be Well series, make sure you go to bnc.tv and click on health. One of the things that we've been seeing here in our Be Well series, one of the things that we're showing tonight is the need for Black people to have access to resources, the need for Black people to have access to quality care, and the need for culturally competent health care. What does that mean? It means that Black folk want to be healthy just as much as anybody else. But when you don't have access to healthy drinking water, when you don't have access to food, clothing, and shelter, when the closest food to you is a corner store with unhealthy food options versus, say, a community garden, you're food insecure. It makes it harder to be healthy. When you don't have access to health care, when you have an insurance plan that doesn't have a reasonable copay, when you don't have access to health insurance, when there's a clinic that has 50 people in front of you in the line and so you rather not see somebody, when you don't have access to preventative care and instead you use the emergency room as the primary response to your healthcare issues, and the emergency room becomes your primary care doctor, then you're never going to get the proper options. It's too easy to look at Black folk and say, look at what those people eat. Look at how those people live. The way we eat and the way we live is directly in response to the conditions in which we are placed. It doesn't mean that we can't make healthier choices. If you eat fried chicken every night instead of eating a healthy, balanced meal, and that's your choice, then yeah, there's some responsibility there. But there's also the opportunity to give people access to living wage jobs so that they can afford to eat healthy. Whole Foods cost a whole check. Then, on top of that, when you get into the doctor, when you get into the hospital, we got to make sure that we get treated the same. Black people have to report a pain score. You know, when you go in the hospital and they say, what's your pain level 0 to 10? Black people have to report a pain score of 2 to 3 points higher in order to get pain medicine equivalent to their white counterparts. In other words, they don't give you as much. Why? because they think black people can just take it. Black women in particular don't get pain medicine as quickly because they think that black women are supposed to be the mules of the world who can just carry the load. They think that black women are so resilient because they deal with so much that they don't get treated for depression and anxiety as quickly. We carry weight as a people, and the world has made it normal. And because the world has normalized it, we end up not getting the care we deserve. You walk into the emergency room and they think you're trying to cop drugs. They think you're trying to get some perks or some mollies to feel better, not because you have an injury or an illness. And so you often won't get the medicine that you need. They often dismiss you. They often erase you. At the core, until we see black people as fundamentally human and worthy of the same care as everybody else, then we are going to have problems on the healthcare front. So yes, y'all, be responsible, make healthy choices, see your doctor, get preventative care, do all the right things, exercise, do all of that. But let's not forget, as the package showed us, that the world has to do some change and the structures have to shift so that we can get what we really need. Everybody, I want to make sure you join the conversation too. We want to hear from you. Head over to our BNC Instagram and Twitter pages. Let us know how you feel. Also visit our website, bnc.tv, and subscribe to our YouTube page to check out clips from the show.